Hey there, fellow Atlanta business owners. This is Jeff Lamastis, founder of Serendipity SEO and Beyond, and this is the first video in a series that I am creating to help simplify and demystify all of the jargon around digital marketing. In fact, let's even jettison the term digital marketing, as that is also kind of a form of industry jargon. If we're really going to get down to brass tacks, my job is to help you understand how to improve the quality of your business website such that you can increase the traffic visiting your website and ultimately maximize the number of visitors who convert into paying customers for your products and services. That's it. So to kick things off today, we're going to spend a few minutes talking about search engine optimization, or SEO. What it is, why it's important, and what are some of the best practices to employ in order to increase your sales. Alrighty, so let's dive in. So what is SEO? Well, you see on the screen here what we would call the textbook definition. But what does that really mean? Quite simply, SEO is all about how to get your website to rank on the top page of Google or other search engine search results when a potential customer types in a search for your particular product or service. Say, for example, that your company builds custom decks in the Atlanta area. When someone Googles Custom Deck Builder Atlanta, you want your company to be ranking in the top 3 listings on the search results page. That's SEO in its simplest form. But we can drill down a bit more. SEO services can be divided into 2 main categories: on-page SEO and off-page SEO. On-page refers to all you can do on your existing website to improve your ranking. This would include things such as optimizing your website content, while off-page refers to everything you can do outside of your own website to increase your ranking, and this would include things like posting on social media. We'll be talking about all of these and more in the coming slides. You can do many things to improve the SEO performance of your Atlanta-based business, but we will focus today's discussion on the top 4 that have the highest proven probability of moving your website up in Google's rankings. Number 1 will be optimizing your content. 2, using the right keywords in this content. 3, building backlinks. And 4, utilizing social media. Okay, so let's start off with number 1, optimizing your content. And this is the most important thing you can do to improve the SEO performance of your Atlanta-based business. And in its simplest form, this means you're ensuring that your content is well written, informative, and authoritative. All right, so this is clearly an example of on-page SEO practice. But what does it all mean? Let's break it down again here. The most obvious examples for well-written would include content that is grammatically correct and free from typos. But it also includes concepts like good flow and readability. In other words, does your content follow a logical progression, or is it jumping all over the place and just causing confusion? And is the content laid out in clear, concise, and easily understood terms, or does the reader require a degree in astrophysics in order to comprehend it? Anyway, so that's what we're talking about in terms of well-written. As for informative, quite simply, are you effectively getting your message across to your reader, and are you capturing all of the key points associated with your products and or services? A visitor to your website should come away with answers and not a lot of questions. In terms of authoritative content, we're speaking primarily about word count. This matters a lot to Google in the ranking process. If your website is populated primarily with pictures and graphics, but very little text, all of the things being equal, it won't rank nearly as high as a competitor website that has a couple of thousand words of content on their homepage. Using the right keywords in your content is also critical, but we'll be talking about that separately in the next slide. And finally, you should also ensure that your website is easy to navigate and that all of your pages are accessible to search engines. Moving on to our second best practice, keywords. So this is also an example of an on-page SEO practice. If you want to improve in Google rankings, you need to use the right keywords. And a quick definition, these are the words and phrases people are searching for when looking for information about your topic. If we go back to our previous discussion of a person looking for a company to build a deck, the search phrase Custom Decks Atlanta is an example of a keyword for this particular service. If you want a business that builds custom decks in Atlanta, you would want this keyword phrase to appear in multiple places on your website. You can find out which keywords are most popular using a keyword research tool like Google AdWords Keyword Planner. Once you begin to know what keywords to use, you can then incorporate them into your content and your titles. Building backlinks. Okay, so now we're moving on to an example of off-page SEO practices. So one important factor that affects your ranking on search engines is how many links you have pointing to your website. That's right. These are links to your website that appear on other people's websites. You can get such links by doing things like guest blogging on a website pertaining to your industry, where you include links back to your site in your own blog content. Another example, you could get listed in some form of professional directory that includes a link back to your website. For example, your name and law practice listed on a website for the Georgia Bar Association. In general, the more links you have, the higher your website will rank, but it's important to note that not all links are created equally from the perspective of Google's ranking algorithms. This is a case where having quality links can definitely be better than quantity. And this is precisely why securing the services of an expert like Serendipity SEO and beyond can be so critical to the success of your ranking progress. We are a company that knows the difference and can ensure that your business can get set up with high-quality backlinks that have staying power. All right, so finally, embracing social media. This is another example of off-page SEO methods, and one of the best SEO practices that can be a great way to improve a website that has been optimized for small businesses. Sharing your content on social media exposes it to a larger audience. Not only can this drive more potential customers to your website, it can also help you get more backlinks and enhance your search engine rank. Although this may sound a bit daunting, it really isn't, because assuming you already have a website, you already have the content. All you need to do is set up some social media accounts in your business name, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc. They all have business or professional profile options, and then start posting some of your existing content with short messages that include links back to your site. If you post regularly, you will not only be building an audience on these social media platforms, you will also be building backlinks and directing traffic to your site. And all of this you can do for free. Okay, so that concludes our video today, and I thank you so much for hanging in until the end. I hope you now have a better understanding of search engine optimization and why it's so important for your Atlanta-based business. We hit on 4 of the high-priority SEO best practices: optimize content, choosing the correct keywords, creating quality backlinks, and utilizing social media. But please keep in mind that this video just covers the highlights. There are, of course, many other methods of improving your business's SEO performance that we didn't cover here today, but rest assured, the team here at Serendipity SEO and beyond are well versed on them all. Reach out to us at the links below, serendipitySEO.com, and let's set up a discovery call where we can begin creating an SEO strategy that is unique to your business and your current situation, and let's start getting your website ranked.